There's paying it forward, and then there's Gary Sinise paying it forward, helping thousands of kids from families of a fallen military member get a chance to do something fun. In this case, to go to Disney World. It's gotten into the thousands by now, thanks to Gary Sinise. Of course, we know him for so many great movies, Forrest Gump, Apollo 13. Some of my favorite roles had him playing Harry Truman or George Wallace. Just a gifted actor. But more importantly, he's a very good human being, and I'm honored to have him with us today. Gary, welcome.
Thanks so much, Neil. It's great to be with you. Thank you.
It's good to be with you. I love the Harry Truman thing, but I digress. Let me get your sense. You've devoted your life to this, Gary. And when you started out, it was an uphill climb, but you built it. It's bigger and bigger. Now you're helping to build homes for those who come back from war, badly battered, a triple amputee for whom you just built a house. I think we're up to about 80 homes you've done there. Why? What keeps you doing it?
Oh, Neil, there's so many different reasons. I have a lot of veterans in my family, so it kind of starts there with me. And I got very involved with supporting various veterans groups back in the 80s. And then I played Lieutenant Dan, and that in Forrest Gump, that started me working with our wounded back through the Disabled American Veterans Organization in the 90s. And then after September 11th, I wanted to be supportive in whatever way I could. So I volunteered for the USO. What do actors do? I raised my hand, started going out and visiting the troops in the war zones and hospitals and whatnot. Then I supported multiple military nonprofits that are trying to do good things to support the men and women who serve our country. And eventually that all just manifested itself into the creation of the Gary Sinise Foundation. And we have, hundreds and hundreds of volunteers across the country. We have multiple programs at the foundation. The Snowball Express initiative that you showed there is one of our Gold Star programs for the children of our fallen. That was started by a group of people that just wanted to help the kids out, during a very difficult time for them, having lost a parent right before Christmas time. And they brought some kids to Disneyland in Anaheim. American Airlines got involved, started flying the kids. Then we moved it to Dallas, where that's the hub of American Airlines. We were there for 9 years, and then we folded it into the Gary Sinise Foundation as a program. I approached Disney. I've got a great relationship with them over the years through movies and other things I've done with them. And we started taking the kids there in 2018. We did another event in 2019. Then the pandemic hit, and we had to go virtual with our Snowball Express program. So we went online for a couple of years, 2020, 2021, just providing entertainment online for 3 days for the kids. And this year we were able to take them back to Disney World. We upped the number of families that we were able to take. And this year we had I think we had 1,151 children and upwards of 1,900 people total there. We took over, half of the Coronado Springs Hotel, about 1,000 hotel rooms. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of effort. There are multiple volunteers, great corporate sponsors that come in. It's just a massive event and really a great way to just wrap our arms around these kids that have lost a loved one in military service.
You know what you left out there, how much you have done, Gary, and that doesn't surprise me because it started with you. It started with your money. I caught an interview with you not too long ago where you said, well, with the success I've had in film and everything, I'm paraphrasing here, that you wanted to give something back, that you wanted to help. I heard someone else say of the pressure that Gary Sinise puts on companies that might be a little reluctant to help out, to make them guilty enough to say yes. So how does that go? And I'm wondering if it's much bigger than the iconic character, Lieutenant Dan, that you played, and obviously built a band around that. It's much bigger than that. How would you describe it?
Well, I've had some experience with other nonprofits. I started a theater company years ago with my pals in Chicago, and it was very grassroots. We had no money, nothing. We just had a passionate desire to do theater. And that theater is now 50 years old now. almost. It's we have multiple buildings in Chicago. A lot of great people have come out of there. It's a multi-million-dollar theater, but it started with just a desire to do something, and we did it. And that's the way you start a nonprofit. It usually starts out very grassroots, but you have to take action. You have to show people that you're serious. You have to show people that you're willing to do things, and encourage them to get on board to support you. And I've had a lot of supporters over the years. We've got a great board at the Gary Sinise Foundation. Like I said, I got involved with multiple military charities over the years and just tried to help them. And I learned a lot from a lot of different military nonprofits and first responder nonprofits as to where the needs were and how I could apply my services as a celebrity, somebody who's in the public eye, to draw attention to what they were doing and to help them raise money. Started a band, went out there, played for the troops. Then we folded the band into the Gary Sinise Foundation. So now people that donate to the Gary Sinise Foundation.
But I don't see you popping up on these, Gary, I don't see you popping up on these Hollywood celebrities or any of the late, great Robin Leach's specials. Or here's Gary Sinise's home on the shore of Maui. None of that. And I hear about this, and I'm not saying that's bad what any of your colleagues are doing, but it seems like you have other interests beyond money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I thought talking to you on a day and at a moment where the Dow is careening, the markets are careening, people are sweating and they're worrying, that you step away from all of that. How do you advise people or try to make them look at the stuff that's important?
Yeah, like I said, Neil, I've spent a lot of time in the hospitals. I've been in the war zones. I've seen people struggling. We built houses, as you mentioned, I think we just gave away our 81st house for badly wounded service members. I've spent time with them in the hospitals. I've seen how their families, just stay with them and help them through these difficult times. I mean, you can have a wounded guy in a hospital or gal, and they could have 200 different surgeries over 3 years, and they're just spending all their life in the hospital, and these families have to go through difficult times with them, and I've learned from them. I've been inspired by them. I've been motivated by them, and I've had a lot of success in the movie and television business. CSI New York was a great run for 9 years. I was able to take some of that financial success and turn it into doing some good for others and to build a foundation.
There's talk about bringing CSI, whether it's in New York or Vegas or any one of them back, and bringing you back. Are you interested? I think you were 9 seasons on CSI New York, but what's the latest?
That was a great run. 197 episodes. It was a great run. And it came at the right time. There's a chapter in my book, Grateful American, called Perfect Timing. And it's about how I was ramping up all my efforts to support the military and first responders at the same time that CSI kind of came along. And all of a sudden, I had this public platform on television. I was a producer on the show, so it was lucrative in that way. And I was able to put some money away and do some good with it. And the timing was perfect. And now the foundation is strong. We have a great staff. We have multiple volunteers, lots of corporate sponsors and donors and people that support us. Anyone who's interested in learning about the Gary Sinise Foundation, you can go to GarySiniseFoundation.org to see what we're doing. Multiple programs on our video channel, our YouTube channel. You can see the Snowball Express videos that you were showing there. But it's made the career make even more sense because I was able to do some good for other people with the success that I've been blessed with.
Gary, that's the one thing you and I have in common. We're very modest individuals. It's one of the qualities I love about myself. But in all seriousness, the one thing but I mean this seriously. Every time I see you in any venue, you're the same guy. You're the same guy. And me, I'm an ogre off camera. I'm a completely different person. I'm not even that great on camera. But what strikes me about you, and I've studied and watched you and admired you for so many years, you kept your foundation. You kept your basic person, no matter how rich and successful you became. I find that remarkable because I find it also something else, rare. What do you think of that?
I grew up in Chicago. My dad was he was in the Navy. Midwest folks. My dad was a film editor in Chicago, and then he moved out to California. And I had a modest upbringing, but it was great. And that's where I started acting, and I was able to start a theater. And it's been a challenging at times life, but also very blessed in so many ways. And I'm glad that I can do some good with it. And I'm thankful that I have a great team at the Gary Sinise Foundation, keeping the mission going, and so many wonderful sponsors and supporters and donors and people that are helping us to do some good for others.
Well, you're doing that and then some. You've inspired me to think less of myself, Gary. I wish we had more time, but I have to continue with my show, Gary, called Cavuto Coast to Coast. But you really are a great actor. And again, I urge anyone, some of the famous, as Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, but some of these other pieces of work he's done to envelop a role like George Wallace or Harry Truman, that's just remarkable. He became those people. That's a great actor. That's also a great human being.